Hi, in this video I am going to talk to you about how to get over domestic abuse. Put that away. So you probably have come out of domestic abuse, so to speak. So now you want to know how you can get over this dreadful experience that you've endured, that you've gone through, that you've survived, which is a miracle on its own. To survive, because some people don't get the chance to come out the other end and be able to start to live again. Yeah, it is a fact of life. Many women, children, you name it, it's happened so many times. And I'm going to talk to you from my experience, my own experience. I am 2 years now after I fled domestic abuse. 18 years experience of this crime to humanity that was being that happened to me. That happened to me from a love relationship, right? So I haven't healed. I'm not 100%, but I am not where I was. So let's talk about how I am healing from how I'm getting over domestic abuse. Number one is for you to accept that you've gone through domestic abuse. It was not your fault, but accept the reality, because when you've gone through abuse, you walk around with guilt, with shame. You believe that you are to blame, so therefore you took all the blame, so to say, because narcissists have a way of drilling into your head that you are the reason why things are not working well. What if they attack you, it's because you deserve it, or it's because you called for it. It's all your fault. So I understand where you are, where you stand, and just accepting that, it just takes a whole weight off your shoulder. Just like, breathe. Okay, I'm not to blame. All right, that's a first. When I heard that, I was like, oh my God, thank you. Because for the longest time, I thought I was to blame, and I'd gotten to a point where I accepted the blame. I even apologized countless times for things that I knew nothing about. I'll tell you more about my story, because it requires maybe 3 videos from my childhood to the other part before the domestic abuse with a narcissist uh, that I fled. Right, so forgive yourself, okay? Forgive yourself. This was hard for me. Like, what? If you knew any better, you wouldn't have stayed. If you had educated yourself, or if you had an idea that this was narcissistic abuse, you would have left. If you knew that whatever was happening was domestic abuse, you were in a toxic relationship, I'm sure you wouldn't have gone into it. So you just need to forgive yourself, like I did. I had to. Okay, I forgive you, Busi, for going through abuse, because you did not know what you had signed yourself up for. Yeah, so the other thing is just continue to educate yourself. What is financial abuse? How did you even get yourself into it? What are the traits in you that made you not even see that you were getting yourself into a trap of this domestic abuse? So educate yourself. I had to educate myself about narcissism because that is the light bulb moment for me. The moment I knew about narcissism, about how it is a cycle and the stages of the life cycle of narcissistic abuse, I was like, oh, I had a tool now to dig myself out of this hole that I'd found myself in for 18 years. So the other thing that I started doing when I came out, I mean, this was like probably 6 months after. Yes. Um, no, actually, I started walking. It's walking, right? I started walking in August of 2023, like from the 1st of August to, I'll show you, I've got a screenshot here of when I, come on, screenshot, where are you? Yeah, I've got a screenshot of when I walked for, can you see that? Right. So I was in a group, right, with other ladies. They didn't go through abuse, but then they just wanted to walk for health reasons. So I joined the group and then I started walking, and I had to, like, at the end of the year, just to see how much progress I'd done. I was not a walker. I hated walking with a passion, but I had to just find things to do to help me come round to being free again, because walking is actually good for circulation, like your whole body, and also for your mental health, because your mental health would have suffered a lot in domestic abuse, because that's the thing they use the most, psychological mental abuse. So now walking and meditation. You can take up meditation. There's videos on here about how you can meditate. And also, if you cannot walk outdoors, there's another channel on here uh, that helps you walk indoors, uh, which is fantastic, because you can actually feel the benefits, even because, you know, some, if you're still in an abusive situation, you might not be allowed to leave your house. So this is something that you could do for yourself. It takes 15 minutes and it will start unraveling some things in you, and you start processing, because your brain is just stops like working, like uh, it just like goes in a state of survival mode, such that you cannot access your creativity, you cannot enjoy life. I mean, the joy of life is sucked out of you, because remember, narcissists, their mission is to steal, kill, and destroy you from your life, just like what the enemy does. So this is an enemy to us. It was an enemy to me. It's an attack. Right. And then the other thing is, because your health, like my health had suffered, is for you to eat right. I don't know what your diet was like, but I was made to eat things that my body didn't agree with. Um, I can't say I had no choice because, well, I probably didn't have a choice. It had taken away from me because I was just eating what was available. Otherwise, there was nothing for me to eat. Because, I mean, when you're in a domestic abuse situation, they make sure your finances are zero so that you are financially dependent on them. That was my case. So whatever they eat, they buy, is probably it's good for them, but might not be good for your body, and therefore, even if they've got like bad uh, eating habits, like eating processed food, I mean, my body cannot digest that. Uh, yeah, eating too refined foods, I mean, that's a no-no for my body, and my health was declining at a rapid state. So yeah, eat right. Try to eat fruit and vegetables. I mean, if you're in the UK, I'm sure if you go on the NHS website, it talks about what foods you can eat, what a healthy diet looks like. I think they've got a plate thing on there, and also try to get sleep. There's like some sleeping aids. Naturally, I want to do natural things. I don't want chemicals, pills, things like that in my body. No, I'm not good with that. I just want natural stuff. So sleep was one of the things that I was is in so much of need of. I mean, I remember being asked by one of the ladies that was helping me to uh, figure out what was happening to me, because for the longest time I didn't know it was abuse. So I remember them asking me that if I got my freedom back, what is the one thing that I'm gonna do first? And then I said, just sleep. I just want to sleep. Oh my God. You know, like if you've had a young child, a baby, there's like times when you don't sleep. But then now I didn't have a baby anymore, but I couldn't sleep. Okay, so I'm not gonna leave you with just this lamentation. Uh, I also took up reading books because, like I said, you need to educate yourself. It could be in the video form, it could be attending classes online. There's different groups where you can join. I think there's the one that's called The Voice. If you're in England, I'm sure it runs in England. I'm not sure if it runs in other places. The Voice is where you meet up with other women, and then when other women are talking, I mean online, I attended an online session, and I think it lasted for 12 weeks. I'll double check, but I'll put all the information in the description so you can access that. If you are anywhere near the job center, you can ask them to signpost you. Maybe even your doctors, if you ask your doctors for information about The Voice. I think the one that used to be called the Freedom Program. I'm not sure if it's still running. That one is a free one. All of them are free. And also, the other thing that you should do, depending on how you found support and help to come out of your situation, domestic abuse situation, you can access counseling. Counseling helped me because I just wanted to rediscover myself. I had lost myself so much such that I had to ask people I went to school with when I was a teenager, like, guys, can you tell me what kind of a person was I? Because lots of people were reaching out to me, and then I was like, okay, there's an opportunity for me to ask. Well, they didn't know what was going on because I'm good at keeping things under wraps. People shouldn't know what's happening. I mean, nobody wants. I think there's a saying that says, "Do not wash your dirty linen in public." So probably I took it to heart. So, right, this is a book that has helped me a lot as far as my mental health, my physical health. Um, I just feel alive again. I feel good. I don't know if it shows, but yeah, that is the book. Can you see it? This is the book. It's not a big, it's not a huge volume, just a tiny little book. As you can see, it's a tiny little book. But this book has transformed my life. I found this book on YouTube. Somebody commented about it. I was not looking for the book like this, but I remember reading the comments. Yeah, you need to write in the comment section about what you think is one of the very important things, or what you think will be your top priority when you've recovered from domestic abuse. For me, it was sleep. I mean, I just wanted to sleep. I don't know. You tell me. I'll be reading your comments. Right. So this book, I'll put it in the description so that you can access it, because you might not have caught the title. And it's called Ancient Secret of the Fountain of Youth. I don't know if it shows yet, but I've only been using this. I read this book in September, last September. We are in February right now. So I've only practiced what the book says from November. So November, December, January. So it's been like 3 months of not missing a day of the exercise recommended. These exercises, you can do them from home, but I highly recommend that you read this book first and see if it agrees with you, and then you can reap the rewards. It's very, very good. And the other book, I already recommended it in one of my videos about how not to care about what other people think, is this one. This book is one of the very first books I started reading because I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what it was. So I started to love myself, and it helped me realize that I should not put up with nonsense. I should not put up with being treated like I do not deserve to be loved, being treated like I am worthless, being treated like a child, being told to shut up. I mean, it's my grown up age, real seriously. So yeah, that's my content for today. That's all I can help you with on how you can heal, how you can get over domestic abuse. Uh, and I'm sure I'll do a follow-up video to this because, like I said, it's 2 years now um, since I've come out. But if I look back to the way I was a year ago, I am a totally different person. So the journey is not like one day you just wake up and then like, oh, I'm free, I'm okay. No, it's a process. So trust the process. Do one thing and then you keep on adding and then subtract, add, and see what works. Yeah, that's basically what I would say. Also, drinking water. Drinking water. I'm sure you saw me with this. It's water in there. Right. So thank you for your time. I love you. And write in the comment section what you think is the best tip from what I've just said. All right, then, bye.